How's it going, everybody? Doing a drink review here today, and I'm going to be tapping on some video game cases. We got Twilight Princess, Final Fantasy X-2, and Final Fantasy Origins here, so I'll be tapping on those and rambling as always. So, let's get to it. The drink I'll be reviewing is the Sprite plus tea. I'm kind of excited for this one. I want to see, this could be an interesting taste. I've not seen anybody's. I'm sure plenty of people have talked about this and reviewed it or whatever have had it, but I haven't seen anybody really talking about it yet. Although I want to say my ASMR addiction, did she do one of this? I don't know. Somebody I actually think did that I'm sub to. I feel like I saw it. Either way. Sprite plus tea. Interesting. I'm getting the Sprite. I'm getting a little bit of a tea. It tastes like almost like a bag tea, not like a tea you'd make, like tea and biscuits type stuff. But I am definitely getting tea in there. It's mostly Sprite though. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this one. It's drinkable. It's light. I mean, it actually does have a little bit of a thirst quenching aspect to it as this freaking thing. I don't know why it's doing this. It like spazzes out seemingly and during the videos now. I have to, even though I have it set to manual and it's fine. And at some point I do something and the camera's like, oh my god, time to get blurry. Annoying. I can't get it. Like, you get the tea afterwards. You get the Sprite out of the gate. And then you do get that tea afterwards. It's not bad. If I was reviewing it, as I drink it, it is a pretty decent blend. The Sprite kind of, once you get past like the Sprite, I think I'm focusing on the Sprite too much, so I'm tasting it more. You kind of get past that, and it doesn't taste like a full-on Sprite. So I'd probably realistically go like a 6.5 on this. I say, like, once again, I probably would not get this again. But it isn't terrible. Do some tapping here. I'll ramble about some video game stuff. I just thought about it this instant, actually recording this. I forgot I gotta do the results of the first round of the game case cover art tournament. I still gotta do a drink review of the Italian soda as well. And I got the tea and biscuits. I gotta do it, the hobnobs that I got. Started up Oblivion remastered. I gotta say, like, as you start playing it, you get the opening there, Patrick Stewart doing the talking. It's showing you the Imperial City, and then it kind of cuts down towards the prison where you start off. I gotta say, it was actually stuttering a little bit during the intro when it was like, of course the music kicks in, and I'm much like, yes, of course. Get a real nostalgia burst, and even going through the sewers, playing the stuff, doing the little tutorial shit. Emperor gets killed, and you get out of the sewer, and you're in the main, the world, and then you're fucking going over. I did a side quest. I took out like a necromancer and thing. I went to like an inn, and they're like, "Oh, necromancer's like," I was like, "God, it's right there. I'll go do it." I think I'm like only like level 3. I closed the Oblivion gate at Kvatch, so I'm talking to Martin Septim, and now he's gonna follow me back to, what was it, Wayne Priory or whatever, and talk with Joffrey. It's funny, like some of it came flooding back. Like I was like, oh yeah, like I'm going past, because I'm pretty sure by Kvatch, I'm pretty sure there's an area. I think it's by Kvatch, right? Or is it Bruma? I went past. I don't know. I didn't go to Bruma. It's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where like when you have the main battle towards the end of the game, where the huge Oblivion gate opens, and then they start to come out. You're fighting with people, and then you go in. I was like, I'm pretty sure this ends up here. So some of the stuff was coming back to me, and I gotta say though, obviously I'm enjoying it enough, but I thought I'd really get engrossed quickly, and I have not. Now granted, I've probably only played 2 hours of it, but I don't know, it looks pretty nice. It's not like incredibly, funny enough, I usually I made a female character in this one. A lot of times in open world games, like I'll lean towards making a female character for whatever reason over male, although it's probably like a 60-40 split. It's not like overwhelming. Like, I don't know why, I just do. And my character, and I don't go nuts either way. If I make a male or female character, I never go nuts with it. I'm not like, some people like make their characters hit huge, crazy colored hair, all types of crazy makeup, especially I'm just saying more like Oblivion as the example. And I didn't do that. I kind of just fuck with it a little bit. And my character looks like a kind of gauntish Rhea Ripley, the wrestler. Because I'm looking at the character and like the thing, I'm equipping stuff, and I'm like, this character looks somewhat like somebody I've seen. When I do a gameplay, I'll show the thing, and maybe you guys I am enjoying it. I want to explore the world more. I don't know. It's not fully taking me in yet, which, you know what, I'm only 2 hours in, so I can't, I can't fault the game immediately, I have to get used to the systems and stuff too, like just the controls, because it's so much different in a lot of ways than Skyrim. And that's the one that I played the most recent, which is probably a couple of years ago when I got the special whatever edition for the Xbox One. But I got the repair hammers. I'm, repairing my gear already and stuff like that. And my levels are going up like crazy. I'm more focused on archery, so I've been doing a lot of that. Although I have a mace now. I got a Daedra mace, or whatever it is that I got when I was in Oblivion, closing the first gate. And I've done that. But I've been doing a lot of sneaking around, so my stealth's going up, my marksmanship or whatever's going up. Light armor, I'm wearing light armor, so that's going up. I think I'm on level 3 now. I think I was 2. I'm pretty sure level 3. Yeah, because I got to level 3 when I was in the Oblivion Gate. But then you have to sleep. You can't just rest and level up. You have to sleep. You have to sleep in a bed to level up. There's the disc. This has a good disc rattle, actually. It is an underrated sound. This and like map opening up a map, or if it's like a poster, is an underrated sound, at least to me. This is a classic game. I've talked about this game a ton. I love this game. I feel like I surprisingly, I thought more people hated this game. I think a lot actually kind of like it. You only have the three of them. Riku, Yuna, and Pain. Pain is new to 10 too. Never appeared again. Well, neither did Riku. Maybe in, what was it, Dissidia? Final Fantasy. The fighting one. I would assume Riku and Yuna are there. I don't know if Pain made it in. She's the more serious character. It's a good game though, just using the three and stuff, and you have the dress sphere system where you can swap out outfits, and then you have the abilities of those outfits and stuff. This game's extremely goofy. It still has its serious moments, obviously, but compared to 10, it's extremely goofy, and I don't mind it. You know, Yuna's a summoner, and now she's freaking whipping out her pistols and shit. She's singing pop tunes. What's her name? Is pretending to be her in the beginning cutscene. Whatever. She's like almost like the comic relief. Her and her two buddy, or like minions, whatever they are. I forget her name. That's them there. It's kind of cool though. You can like, oh, we had a hit of a possible sphere, and you guys your spear under now, and you can go different places and stuff. Final Fantasy Origins 1 and 2. Obviously, they revamped the graphics and stuff. Actually, might be cutscenes in this too, yeah. New theme songs and CG opening cinemas. I played the first Final Fantasy on the NES years ago. Like, that's a game. I think I started playing a little bit of 2 on here, because 2 was not originally released here back then. 2 here was Final Fantasy 4 in Japan when it released. It went 1, came out like 90, I think, on the NES. And then it was probably 92 that Final Fantasy 2 came out, which was 4. And then in 94, Final Fantasy 3 came out, which was 6. That's my favorite one. So out of the first 6, we only got 3 over in North America. I'm not sure if, and correct me if I'm wrong, in Europe, I don't know, how many Final Fantasies did you guys get over there? Because I know, like, Europe got some cool games that didn't come over here during that era as well. But there was a lot of RPGs I feel like I've heard people talk about who were over live in England, or, you know, over in other, you know, France, Germany, whatever, talk about how, like, there was a lot of games they didn't get, like a lot of RPGs they didn't get. This is the game I wanted to. It's in the Wii. I played a good amount of this. Back when it came out, I had it on the Wii. This was the instance of, this game was supposed to come out on the Cube for like, they did the same fucking thing with Breath of the Wild. It's like, yo, it's supposed to come out. This game I feel like was supposed to come out in like 04. And it ended up coming out, the Wii came out in 06, right? So this came out in 06, I guess, on the Cube, right? It was 06. Yeah. They wanted to do like the dual launch, right? It did not come out before that on the Cube, right? And then, because I played it, I would prefer to play it on the Cube. I wasn't digging the Wii remote controls. I played a good amount of it, but it was annoying me. feel like I would have enjoyed it more with just traditional controllers. But it was they did the same thing with Breath of the Wild. It was supposed to come out on the Wii U, and they kept pushing it back because they wanted that shit to come out on the. They wanted it to be a title for the Switch, even though a lot of people say it just plays better and runs better on the Wii U. But I was like, that's the same thing that's going to happen to GTA 6. That's what I said. They delayed it till 26. Supposed to come out. When was it supposed to come out? It was supposed to come out fall of 25. When was it supposed to come out? It was actually supposed to come out May of this year. I don't know. Everybody knew this shit was getting delayed. If you've been into games for any kind of period of time, they get delayed a ton. It's not just GTA. You know? But they've delayed it to what, May 26th? It's getting delayed again. No, yeah, right? It was May 26th, right? When's PlayStation supposed to come out? 27 PS6? If another Xbox comes out, probably around the same time. I would not be surprised. That game is going to get at least delayed again. I would say there's a very good chance it gets delayed again until at least fall of 26. And like I said, listen, I'm not going to sit here and say I would never play the game. I will 100% play that game whenever it comes out. You know? But I don't have the hype that I had. I didn't even have the hype for 5. I ended up borrowing it from my friend after he completed it on PS3, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. I thought it was great, but I didn't need to immediately get it like I did with 4. Actually, I didn't even do it with San Andreas. I did it with Vice City, and I did it with 4. And 3 I had played, but it was not when it immediately came out. I played some of it when it did come out. Friends had it. And then I played some of it again a little later on. And then I eventually completed it. During the PS2's life cycle, I completed it. But I don't know, like 4 I was super hyped for. Vice City I was absolutely hyped for. Out of all of them, that was the most. 6, I see the graphics in the trailer, I'm like, it looks pretty cool. It looks, they weren't really showing gameplay, but it's going to look great. And it's not going to be a bad game. They don't make bad GTAs. Even the PSP ones. And I feel like there's never been a GTA, regardless if it's been on, there was the Chinatown Wars, right, on the DS. That was more of in the vein, I think, of the original 2, up top down, right? I feel like none of the GTAs have been, panned as piles of shit. Maybe they have, but I don't remember any of them being banned. I'd prefer to see another Red Dead. If I had my choice between GTA 6 or Red Dead Redemption 3, I would take Red Dead Redemption 3. In my opinion, Red Dead Redemption 2 is better than any of the GTAs. And if you're comparing it to, GTA 5 and 4, those HD era ones, it's definitely better than both of those. It's not even close in my opinion. If you're just comparing it to 5, Red Dead Redemption 2 is miles better than GTA 5 in my opinion. And GTA 5 is really good. That's just how good Red Dead Redemption is. I love that game. Red Dead Redemption 2 is, it really, hate to say it, it's a masterpiece. That game is probably, like I've said this before, and I've pretty much everybody's probably said it is the most realized game world I've ever played. Now, I've not played every game, so there could be something floating around on Steam or some shit that has a better realized game world, but everything was doing something. You're just running in the woods and you'll come across somebody doing something weird. It was such a living, breathing world. Here comes a mountain lion, here comes a bear. It's going to attack you, or it's attacking somebody else. There's a murderer in the woods. Here comes a giant. You know, here's a ghost train. Oh, UFO. You know, there's like all types of shit happening in this game. I liked it too because, and I like GTA 4 a lot because GTA 4 is like the least goofiest of them. It was still goofy, but it was a lot more serious than 5. 5 toned it back up to what it was. But, and even the first Red Dead Redemption, I mean, Red Dead Revolver as well. Let's not forget Red Dead Revolver, right? That was supposed to be a Capcom game, but I think they sold the rights to it to Rockstar, or I guess it would be Take-Two. But it's like they sold the rights, and those were always more serious. They had the goofiness, right? But it was overall serious. Like if you're playing the game as Arthur in Red Dead 2, and you're not trying to like, I played him as good a character as it could be, not counting the past shit that he'd done. He's still a bad dude, but you feel like, you know, the way you're playing him, you feel like he's almost like, he's like, oh shit, I've done some fucked up shit. Like he understands, he's aware of what he's done and what he is. And I played him not as just murdering people for kicks and stuff. I was trying to play him. That's why I got the better of his endings. Because I know you can have a bad one or a good one with him. And it was just a great character, and it was serious. Like he's talking to the nun, right, or the sister. He's like, I'm afraid and stuff. Like it meant a lot. Like I don't know. GTA, I've never. 4, you got it a little bit, but never to the extent of Red Dead with the character. Everything, like Trevor, Michael, Franklin. Like it's like, dude, whatever. Tommy Vercetti, great character. I wasn't like invested. Like, oh no, nothing happened to him. I'm sad now. You know, like. GTA typically doesn't treat their characters as like serious. 4 kind of did. 4 was the one that did it the most. With Nico and Roman because there was choices you had to make there who ended up dying, characters would die and stuff. So there was more serious things in that one. 5 really, in my opinion, brought the and whichever was fine. But sometimes you want a serious title. But anyway. 6.5 on this Sprite plus tea. It's not bad, but I don't know if I drink it again. And some game case tapping here today and just rambling about video games. And yeah, thanks for checking this out.